Okay, let's get right into it. The title says it all, doesn't it? Stop thinking, start doing. This isn't just a suggestion, it's a command. And right now, we're going to break down exactly what that means and, more importantly, how you can make it your new reality.
All right, listen to this, because this quote, it's pretty much the core of everything we're about to talk about. The magic you're looking for in life is in the work you're avoiding. Just let that sit with you for a second. You know what I'm talking about, right? That one thing you keep putting off? Yeah, that's where the good stuff is hiding.
So, in the next few minutes, we're done with the theory. We're going to give you a real, concrete framework to actually start doing that work. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today.
Okay, so first things first. Before you can win any fight, you have to know who you're fighting. And look, for most of us, for most ambitious people, the biggest enemy isn't some external force. Nope, it's that voice right between our ears. I love this line because man does it hit home. If you're feeling a little called out right now, don't worry, you're in good company. This is the classic trap, right? We're so driven, we're constantly asking, is this the perfect plan? Is there a better way? And we get so lost in analyzing everything that we end up doing, well, nothing. And this is what that cycle looks like. It's so vicious. It starts so innocently, with just a little bit of doubt. Then that doubt turns into fear. And what do we do when we're afraid? We try to think our way out of it. We hyperanalyze, we hypercriticize every little thing until, bam, we're totally paralyzed, stuck, doing absolutely nothing. So how do you break free from that? What's the escape hatch? Well, I'll tell you what it's not. It's not more thinking, it's not a better plan, it's not waiting for some magical bolt of motivation. The antidote, the only antidote, is incredibly simple. It's action.
And just look at this comparison. It really lays it all out, doesn't it? You have two paths in front of you. Path 1, thinking, just leads to more doubt, more worry, and you end up stuck. But path 2, doing, that's where you find clarity. That's where you build momentum. And that is the only path that leads to actual results, period. It's just that simple. The more you're doing, the less time and mental space you have for all that doubt and overthinking. You can't worry about failing when you're busy working. Action literally crowds out the fear. It's the ultimate cure. Okay, so we get it. Action is the key. But let's be real. How do we make that action consistent? How do we show up day in and day out? Well, this is where we get strategic. It's not just about one-off actions. It's about building a machine designed to produce success.
Pay close attention here, because this is one of the biggest takeaways you're going to get. Goals are fine. They point you in the right direction. But your goals don't determine if you succeed. Your systems do. The things you do or don't do every single day, that's what actually gets you the result.
So how do you actually build one of these systems? It really boils down to 3 things. 1, forget the outcome for a second and just focus on the process. Learn to love the work. 2, do it every day. It has to be repeatable, non-negotiable. And 3, and this is huge, set up your life, your environment, so that it's actually hard not to succeed. Make winning the path of least resistance. Here's a great way to think about it. Imagine the Olympics, the 100-meter final. Every single athlete on that line has the exact same goal: win the gold medal. The goal isn't what separates them. What separates the winner from everyone else? It's their system, their training, their diet, their recovery, everything they did for years leading up to that one race.
Now I know what you're thinking. A system sounds great, but that takes discipline. And you're right, but what if I told you you've been thinking about discipline all wrong? What if you could stop chasing it and actually have discipline start chasing you?
This is such a powerful flip of the script. It's not about just forcing yourself, gritting your teeth, and white-knuckling it through the day. The secret isn't about you having to go out and find more discipline. It's about creating the conditions where discipline just shows up. It finds you. So how on earth does that work? Well, it all starts with one very simple but pretty difficult practice. It's all about what we call radical honesty. And that's just a simple act of looking yourself in the mirror and telling the absolute truth. No excuses. Just, you know what, I can do more. I can work harder than this. And I'm not okay with where I am right now. When you get that honest with yourself, that's the magnet. That's what attracts discipline. All right, so we've got our framework, right? Action, systems, and that discipline that finds you. But there's one more piece to this puzzle. The final piece. It's the mindset you need to stick with it when the wins aren't coming yet. And listen, this might be the toughest pill to swallow. There is always a time delay between when you start putting in the work and when you see the results. It's a gap.
And the bigger your dream, the bigger that gap is going to be. And that gap, that's where almost everyone quits.
So how do you make it across that gap? Simple. You stop staring at the finish line, you stop fantasizing about the castle, and you focus on laying one single brick as perfectly as you can today. See, confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. Every single action you take, every time you stick to your system, that's another brick in the wall, brick by brick by brick.
And a huge part of this is just changing your language. You've got to get rid of two words: good enough. Good enough is the language of compromise. It's an excuse. The champion's mindset, that's just one word: enough. As in, you've done what was required, your hand is raised, you've won, and that's that. No compromise.
And you know, this really is the ultimate point. The dream, the goal, that's just the target that gets you started. The real prize? It's who you become along the way. The person you forge in the process of doing all that work. That's the real win.
So it all comes down to this. We're left with the only question that really matters, and I can't answer it for you. Everybody wants the reward, and the path to get there is actually pretty clear. The only question is, are you really prepared to do the work?